A huge problem in the modern world is persistent back pain. Crazy amount of the population has back pain, something like 70%. This has a lot of reasons, but a lot of it has to do with us sitting down a lot in the modern world. We sit down in cars, we sit down on trains, we sit down on planes, we sit down at work, we're always on our phone. So we have a bunch of what we call posture adaptations, which make us really good at those things, but kind of bad at being human. Let's talk about plank walkouts. This is a drill you see in CrossFit and in dance and in circus all the time that is used as a mobility drill. Let's talk about 4 variations of it so that you can do a different variation 4 days in a row so that you are not always doing the same thing. When you do variations of the same exercise, oftentimes you will get better results faster because you're attacking the problem from different ways. So a problem that you have with one will be made up by the variation of the other drill. Let's do a quick talk through and then we will have a model come in and we'll talk about the finer points of it. Most people's hamstrings are short. Comes from sitting down. Most people have what we call lazy glutes, glutes that don't work all that well. What we would like to do first is we are going to go into a forward fold, preferably with straight legs, but we'll talk about that in a minute. Walk our hands out to our plank position, squeeze our glutes, and walk back, dead hang. Add getting up, get down. Lengthen the hamstrings, load, squeeze the glutes, get back up. This is a drill you see in CrossFit warm-ups a lot because it's very, very useful. We can also walk our feet in. This is the one that tends to be harder for people in the beginning. Walk your feet in, get all the way up, get down, find the ground, walk back, drop the glutes, squeeze the glutes as hard as you can, activate the core, walk up. These are activation drills. We're doing this basic neurological process of learning how to fire. For about 70% of the population, we need to talk about each individual movement pattern here because people are not all professional dancers like this, and they don't have a lot of experience. If we explain things more, the majority of the population understands it, and then they are willing to do it, then they get the benefit from it. Let's go to our child's position. We're always talking about the distance between our hands and our feet. This is how we learn to set that up. Child's pose. When people are doing this and they're new, this is up high and their lower back is not mobile. This is its own exercise all in itself, relaxing into this position, making the lower back long, making the hands reach out, out, out. In the beginning, we will see them bend your elbows here. We will see this, and we will see hands too close together. We'll see hands too far apart. What we're learning to do here is push back one way, push the arm out the other way, make this line long. From here, she's going to slide out to her plank position. This is our target range of movement. We want to squeeze the glutes and activate. When people do any version of this exercise, what they often do is what we call dumping the core. They have a round belly and their glutes are off. Core is on, glutes are on. That tends to be hard for people in the beginning. So we walk into the pose because every time we go from 4 points on the ground to 3 points on the ground, the neurological system tries to fire. It activates. So let's walk our hands back. She makes it look easy because she's a professional dancer. But for most people, this is fairly difficult. Hang position here, only for 1 or 2 seconds. 1 1,000, 2 1,000. Squeeze the quads. Walk out. We know the distance. Squeeze the glutes. 1 1,000, 2 1,000. Walk back. Hang. 1 1,000, 2 1,000. Walk out. 1 1,000, 2 1,000. Walk back. On the next rep, we're going to change from hands walking to feet walking. This goes all the way back to the basics of quadruped movement. When you are young and you are a baby, you learn to roll over, you learn to stand up, and you learn to walk your hands and your feet towards each other. It's a primary developmental step. If you've been very, very injured or you have back pain, we want to make sure we're going back through that neurological learning process over and over and over again. Let's walk our hands out to our plank, squeeze our glutes. Now we're going to change to foots. There we go. Once again, let's go to our hang. Squeeze the quad, 1,000, 2, 1,000, walk back. Squeeze the glutes, 1,000, 2, 1,000, walk up. Dead hang, 1,000, 2, 1,000, walk back. Good. Pause. Let's drop down to our child's pose. Let's sit up to Seiza. This is a drill that's oftentimes done for time. You would set a timer for a minute or 2 minutes and you would work on this variation. If you just do 5, it's not hard. If you do a minute and you do more in a minute, if you go from 20 in 1 minute to 25 in 1 minute, you're going faster. The more you do, the faster it is, the better it is, the harder it is. This is used in all types of physical therapy. I myself have been brutally injured enough times that I've gone through this learning process over and over. This is a professional dancer. Is this part of something that you would do in professional dance?
Definitely, 100%.
This is part of what type of dance?
Modern dance, groundwork.
Modern dance and groundwork. Usually the best athletes on the planet are wrestlers or dancers, and they all engage the ground very well, and they make drills out of basic things, and they do them over and over and over again. Let's add a push-up to it. So we're gonna go back to hang position. We're gonna walk out with our hands. Add a push-up, take our arms out to the side to fully deload, re-engage the ground, press up, and walk back. Starting from our hang position, hands are gonna walk out, usually 3 or 4 steps out. From here, engage, go all the way down. Hands go out to the sides. We're deloading, and then we're gonna reactivate, bring the hands underneath, squeeze the glutes, press up, however you wanna do it, and get back. Go to dead hang, 1,000, 2, 1,000, walk out. 1,000, 2, 1,000, get down, hands out, hands in, press up, walk back, and 1,000, 2, 1,000. Now we're gonna do the inverse of that. We're just gonna walk the legs back. We're gonna do the push-up. We're gonna walk the legs forward. So let's reset up here on the front of the mat. Here we go. Walk the feet towards the hands. Go to dead hang. 1,000, 2, 1,000. Walk the legs back. Push up, get down, arms out, arms in, activate, press up, walk the feet in. Walk back. When you add the push-up, it of course slows it down. Get down, hands out, and bring back. If you're going for a long period of time, 2 to 4 minutes, oftentimes adding the push-up will slow it down by about 60%. You will do less reps, but they will be harder. Good, pause, let's come back to our Seiza position. If you have never been seriously injured, that's awesome. I hope you never get so injured you can't walk for long periods of time. You've had an injury that was horrific and was supposed to end your career. How long ago was that?
That was a little over 2 years ago.
And you're back to dancing professionally full time.
Yeah.
Because you can rebuild the systems over and over and over again. When you get hurt, how you move changes. You compensate. You stand on one leg for 6 months, the muscles on one side of your body become strong, the other muscles atrophy. We always come back and go through these learning neurological processes over and over and over again, specifically in warm-up or at the end of training, because we're checking in. As somebody who's a professional athlete, how you do the basics matters. If you have ever been brutally injured, like me, rebuilding it forever matters. The more injured you are, the more important smart training becomes. Do kettlebells, do clubs, do ground engagement. How you do ground engagement is up to you. This is in the family of plank. We consider there to be 3 major families of core engagement. We have aerial abs, which we base on the work of Joseph Pilates. I was a circus artist. I do a lot of circus artist stuff. Joseph Pilates was a circus artist. We have ground engagement, oftentimes related to modern dance or to judo, jujitsu, or wrestling. And we have hip drop, which is the rotation version of those things. If you cover those 3 families and you do them 5 days a week for the rest of your life, your body will continue to function well. Even if you have been brutally injured, you can recover, but you will not recover if you do random things. Everything you do should have a purpose, and you should understand how and why to do it.